Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Digimon World 3 on Rocket Rabbit Commentaries. And in this episode, after we have successfully dealt with the Zuchu leader and gotten the Digimantle of Knowledge, we have the ability to summon Digmon. And most of this part is going to be showing off why we're not going to be showing off much of this particular fast travel method, because fast travel is not an accurate descriptor of this method. Yeah. So, you recall, Mr. Cloud, that Bulbmon was able to dig a security hole from Amaterasu over to Asuka, which had our first encounter of him be on the tram going from east sector to south sector. Yes.
Bulbmon is certainly at the root of the problem for our junior. Sure.
Well. The area that the AOA specifically landed on, the tram, is kind of a. I'm not entirely sure how best to explain this without using too many science fiction terms, because at this point we're getting into a lot of higher-end science fiction concepts that are being applied to a limited space. So, unfortunately, I can't actually jump cut to us just going through the transit, because this is actually this part is honestly the important but relatively boring showing off how the fuck transport with our new mode of transport actually works. There will be actual progress had in this part, but it's at the very end, so.
Is your Digimon not getting extra turns? Feel like your opponent is hitting too often? Are you not getting crits often enough? Then you might want to up your game a bit and check out Rocket Rabbit Commentaries playthrough and how the speed spiral of death can put you on the fast track to victory.
Ironically enough, critical hits are not determined by speed in this game. Critical hits are actually determined by wisdom.
Feeling like a dumbass while playing Digimon World 3? Get wise.
That's the intellect advertisement, Mr. Cloud.
All right, I'll have you know, I've never had a product advertiser or marketer say, get this, or you're a dumbass.
I'm pretty sure that the 90s wrestling promotions did that quite a bit. Anyway, so, welcome to the Underground Circuit Board. This is the final mode of transportation that we have in the game, using Digmon in order to go through the circuit board. Because, yes, between Amaterasu and Asuka, there is a wide variety of circuit board maps that you can encounter depending on where you enter. You will not actually know which circuit board you're specifically on without looking it up outside of the game, unless you do a boatload of exploring all of them. Do not do this. This is an instance where I very specifically recommend players pick up one of the available circuit board maps outside of the game in order to figure out where the fuck they're supposed to be going. And it's not for the obvious reason of, hey, the Digimon that we're fighting here are actually slightly more powerful than the majority of the Digimon that are available to us right now outside of the circuit boards. Oh no, these circuit boards themselves have got relatively plotting movement speed throughout all of them, and they don't really fit one-to-one with how the maps end up being laid out. So it's very easy to get lost while using the circuit boards if you don't use consistently the same ones. You'll notice that we specifically had the ability to go into a circuit board that was north of this one and chose not to because it wasn't the right one. I know this because, thanks to the practice run, I was able to find the particular circuit board that connects Amaterasu and Asuka central servers, central sectors together through this one particular hole. However, this is actually one of the largest circuit boards in the entire game. Like, a majority of both central and south sector for both servers is on this particular circuit board. So it's extremely easy to end up somewhere that you're not trying to get to here. Thankfully, a majority of the circuit boards also have these guide Digimon that you can talk to say, "Hey, this exit is nearby this particular landmark."
Talk about getting bored. Talk about getting bored while waiting for somebody to whom to give instructions.
So yeah, that is the primary circuit board that we will be using for the rest of the game. All right. Since we've actually started showing off the circuit boards, I would like to go and talk about the card game side quest that is tied to the circuit boards. The Amaterasu dueling circuit is blocked off at the moment specifically by a legion of Edamon. However, one of those Edamon has had his deck stolen by a Black Agumon, and the Black Agumon that has stolen his deck is in one of the circuit boards. Which circuit board? Is an Amaterasu circuit board in North Sector, and we will be getting to North Sector at the end of this part. Unfortunately, I can never fucking find him. The only reason I know that that is where he is because I have been told that that's where he is by multiple different guides saying that yes, you have to find this particular Black Agumon in an Amaterasu North Sector circuit board. Hey, Tasman.
Nice to have an authoritative voice.
So that is partially why we are unable to actually do the full collection of the card game during this playthrough, because I am unable to find that particular Black Agumon, and that is also, you need to find that Black Agumon specifically to start the Legendary Cards quest. The Legendary Cards quest is, I'm not entirely sure if it's a quest per se, but I think it's a linear unlock sequence for a majority of the colored legendary cards, specifically the colored legendary program cards in the game. That, you need to go through, you need to explore virtually every single circuit board in order to find the Black Agumon that have the cards, and then you need to beat them in a duel, which means that they're using cheating decks that actually have multiple copies of this particular program card. I will say that although I very much like the card game minigame for Digimon World 3, attempting to complete it is not something I'm ever going to do. Hey, Raremon 2.
I mean, this circuit board, I get this whole circuit board, backdoor pass that is supposed to be, now we're taking the route of the Digimon World MMO developer who has all the keys in all the pathways to getting to places faster than ordinary players. I think it sucks. I think the circuit board is, so far one of the worst maps that we've seen in the game yet. Everything looks the same, and you're telling me that players have to navigate the circuit board in order to have an easier time getting to places?
Yep. As a point of fact, you are required to use the circuit board specifically to get to North Sector. There are no other ways into North Sector aside from using the circuit board. And the most terrible thing about this is that there is exactly one circuit board in Central Sector that will connect you to North Sector. And that's the one that we used a little bit ago at the top of Plugcape's Mountain.
Any second now we're going to be running into one of these Digimon who you think is going to have a helpful hint for you, but instead he says, "I'm lost. Can you help me find my way out?"
Fortunately, no. None of the guide Digimon are tied to any side quests that need you to escort them out. They are some of them give you hints that are saying, "Hey, this circuit board is effectively empty. You don't need to be in here."
Well, that's useful.
Actually, it is. But a lot of those are actually in these smaller circuit boards that are usually a total of 3 rooms.
So, how come you're leaving alone some of the board blocks down here?
Oh, every time that you change rooms, those respawn. So the ones the ones that I don't have to blow up, I don't bother to blow up.
They just come back.
Yep, they just come back.
So So right now we are traversing a map that says circuit board every time you load the room. You go into the room. There's a black pathway indicating where you can go, and there's a bunch of circuitry indicating where you cannot go. The colors are interchangeably like green, blue, red, purple, yellow. They're on the sides, but there are no landmarks. If you take out blocks, then they respawn. Conceivably, you could use the explanation giving Digimon on the pathway in order to say, okay, this is the Kumamon room, this is the Kodamon room. However, I would very quickly start looking for additional supplementary materials that I would keep by my side while playing, just so I do not get lost, because this looks like a very easy area to get lost in.
And it is, to be perfectly honest. I think that the circuit board is honestly a really good concept, but the execution here is fucking abysmal. Like, there is no reason for these circuit board maps to be this goddamn big, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be a shortcut. Why is the shortcut route longer than taking the fucking regular route?
Oh, it's not, because again, this is the regular route to get to North Sector.
Right, because there is no physical pathway to North Sector.
Right, and so
talking
we have
about
successfully
the rest
arrived
of
at North Sector. Mwaha!
Boot.
Yeah. All right. So, now that we've actually made it to North Sector, our big objective is specifically to get over to Genbu City so we can actually take down the next major leader that we need in order to get our final leader badge, so that we can use the North Sector emergency chamber in order to relay to the real world what is happening inside Digimon Online.
World, stop. Do not play Digimon World 3. Stop. You will get lost in the circuit board. Stop.
There are very large Triceratops here trying to murder us.
And in the next episode of Commentaries plays Digimon World 3,
we will make it to Genbu City in order to do more plot stuff. Be safe, everybody. Hey, level 34.
Circuitous.
Circuitous, rather.